You break out of your egg and the first thing you feel is pain. Something tiny is chewing on your tail. You are only a few millimeters long, still wrapped in bits of egg membrane, and a parasite the size of a grain of sand has already found you. It is an isopod, and to it your tail is breakfast. You panic. Your whole body flicks and twists. In one wild thrash you tear free from both the egg and the parasite, leaving a piece of your tail behind. You are not alone. All around you, tens of thousands of other eggs are hatching at the same time. The water is full of newborns just like you, and full of parasites just like the one that bit you. Some of your siblings never get away. Some hatch already hollow, eaten from the inside before they even see the world. Before you can even think, something long and transparent slides through the cloud of babies. A tiny eel larva, its mouth snaps open and shut like scissors. 6 of your brothers and sisters vanish in a couple of quick bites. Then it turns toward you. You do not swim. You do not run. You do the only thing your fragile instincts know. You go completely limp. You spread your little fins and let your body hang in the water like a torn piece of jelly. For a second, the eel looks straight through you, decides you are not worth the effort, and glides past. You just learned your first rule of life. Sometimes the only way to live is to pretend you are already dead. You will use that trick again and again if you are lucky enough to survive the week. A few days pass. You are still tiny, but you have figured out something important. You cannot chase food. You have to let food come to you. You hide in a drifting cloud of algae. Little copepods, tiny hopping crustaceans, bounce past your face. When one comes close, you lunge and swallow it whole. You catch one, then another, 3 in one day. You feel like a genius predator. Then you smell something strange. Blood. Every part of your larval brain tells you to follow that scent. You leave your hiding place and swim toward the smell until you find it. A young flying fish near the surface. Bigger than you, but badly hurt. One of its wing-like fins is shredded. It is bleeding and barely moving. To you, it is a mountain of food. You are not the only one who thinks so. Dozens of other larvae are already swarming over it. Tiny triggerfish, damselfish, wrasse fry, all biting off little pieces. Your stomach growls. One bite from that fish would feed you for days. You dart in, rip off a scrap of soft flesh, and it is the richest meal you have ever had. Then everything goes dark. A skipjack tuna rockets through the swarm. Mouth wide open, it is only about a meter long. But to you it is a missile with teeth. In a single pass it scoops up a mouthful of larvae and chunks of the dying flying fish. You snap into your jellyfish act again. Fins spread, body limp, eyes barely moving. Around you the water explodes with scales and bubbles. The tuna makes a second pass, then a third. When it finally disappears, most of the larvae are gone. The flying fish is gone. You are still here. But you have just learned your second rule. The biggest meals usually come with the biggest risks. Weeks slide by. You keep doing the same 2 things, pretending to be harmless, and grabbing food whenever it passes close enough. Somehow that is enough. You grow, your bones harden, your body changes. One day you cross a line, your brain does not notice, but your cells do. You have eaten enough to trigger the next phase of your life. That is when everything gets worse. It starts with your eyes. First, they itch. Then they sting so badly you want to rub them on the sand. But you are still far above the seafloor. The world around you gets blurry, not because night is coming, but because your eyes are breaking down while you are still trying to use them. Your fins are next. The rays inside them begin to stretch, lengthening like someone is pulling your skeleton from the inside. Your pectoral fins grow and grow, until they are longer than the rest of your body. Swimming feels wrong now. Every stroke feels like you are dragging pieces of rope behind you. You do not choose to go deeper. Something in your nervous system pushes you down. 10 meters? 50? 100? At 500 meters, the last useful bit of vision flickers out. At 1,000 meters, your eyes are nothing but sealed bumps. At 2,000 meters, the gas in your swim bladder is squeezed away. You stop floating and start sinking like a stone. By the time you reach nearly 4,000 meters, you hit the seabed. The water here is just above freezing. The pressure is many times higher than at the surface. There is no sunlight, no horizon, no clear up or down, only darkness and the faint glow of distant unknown creatures. Welcome to your new home. You did not get to choose it. You try to swim like you used to. It does not work. Your fins are too long and too thin. Every stroke sends you off balance. Eventually, by accident, you plant the tips of your 3 longest fin rays into the mud. And suddenly, you are stable. You realize your body is no longer designed to swim all the time. It is built to stand. You straighten your back. Your 3 long fins hold you above the seafloor like stilts. Lifting your body into the water flow, you face into the current and stop moving. You wait. Minutes turn into hours. Nothing happens. Then, very faintly, you feel something, not with eyes. You do not have those anymore. You feel it through nerves in your long fins. The tiniest disturbance in the flow, you tilt one fin, then another. Adjusting your position the way a satellite dish turns to find a signal, the tiny creature, maybe a small shrimp or amphipod, gets pushed by the current straight towards your mouth. You flick your jaw, snap, you swallow, one tiny meal, barely enough to pay for the effort of catching it. Down here, food is rare. Scientists estimate that less than 1% of the energy from the surface ever reaches this depth. You live in a constant food shortage. Your survival strategy now is simple. Do not move unless you must. Do not waste anything. Months pass. You stay in almost the exact same spot, standing on your 3 fins, letting the current bring the world to you. When the food is good, you sometimes catch a few small animals in a single day. Most days you go hungry. One long day, if you can call it a day down here. Something tiny lands on your back. You feel it immediately. It is an isopod again, a small relative of the parasite that bit your tail when you hatched. This one does not try to eat you from the outside. It slips its claws into your skin and simply stays. At first it only drinks a little of your blood. You feel weaker, but not dying. You try to scrape it off against a rock, but the rocks here are soft and smooth. You bend forward to reach it with your mouth, but your body cannot twist that far. The isopod digs in and gets comfortable. Weeks go by, it grows, then more arrive. Juveniles that hatch from eggs on your back, some drift away to find their own victims. A few decide you are good real estate and settle beside the first parasite. Soon you have several passengers, each one taking a share of every meal you catch. You are caught in a new trap. To feed yourself you must also feed them. The more they drink, the weaker you feel. The weaker you feel, the less food you catch, but they never quite let you die. Keeping you alive is their survival plan. One day, after what feels like forever, you sense something you have not felt in a very long time. Another tripod fish. The smell of their skin chemicals reaches you first. You slowly pull your fin tips from the mud, your joints stiff from not moving, and begin walking. Walking for a tripod fish is slow and awkward. Your 3 long fins act like crutches, stepping you across the seafloor. Every move costs energy you barely have. Meters feel like miles. After hours of effort, you finally reach them. There, standing on their own 3 fins, facing the same current, is another of your kind. They are thin, pale and covered in even more parasites than you, but they are there. For the first time in maybe a year, you are not alone. You stand side by side. Your bodies are strange in another way too. Tripod fish do not keep one sex for life. Under stress and changing conditions, your hormones shift. You were born male, but your body has been sliding toward female for months. Now, in this moment, you release both eggs and sperm into the water. So do they. The water between you fills with drifting cells, mixing and spreading. Most will never meet. Most that do will never make it past the first days as larvae, but a few might. And that is enough for your species. Then it is over. There is no pair bond, no parenting, no goodbye. The other tripod fish slowly turns and walks away into the darkness. You return to your own patch of seafloor, a little weaker, but with one more thing finished on your biological list. Time keeps moving. One night, though down here all nights and days feel the same, you feel something enormous shake the ground. A deep thud, as if the ocean itself coughed. The scent reaches you a few moments later. Rotting flesh, oil, bone. A whale has died far above and sunk to the seafloor. 2 deep-sea animals that is like an entire supermarket falling from the sky. You free your fins and begin the long walk toward the smell. It is close in human terms, maybe only a dozen meters. But for you it might as well be a marathon. Your parasites drink from you with every step. Your bones ache, but the promise of food keeps you going. When you finally arrive, the feast is already in full swing. Rat-tail fish are tearing off hunks of meat. Hagfish wriggle in and out of the carcass like living ropes. A shark circles, taking lazy bites, and scaring everyone else away when it wants space. You try to slip in at the edge. A larger fish slams into you and knocks you aside. A hagfish tries to pull you into a gap in the bone. To it, you are just another soft thing to eat. You jerk away at the last second. You stand just far enough back to avoid being crushed, just close enough to smell the fat and blood. You do not get a single bite. By the time the big scavengers are finished, only bones and scraps are left. Nothing your strange body can use. You have spent precious energy walking here and gained nothing. Once again, the design that keeps you alive, standing still and being small, also makes you the loser whenever something huge and rare appears. Months go by, you eat less and less. Your parasites shrink, starved right along with you. Standing on your fins gets harder. They tremble with effort. Some days you wonder if it would have been better to be eaten quickly like your siblings at the surface. Then one day, you sense a familiar chemical trace. The same tripod fish you met before is back. They shuffle up beside you, slower than last time, missing bits of skin. Some of their parasites are dead and hanging on like dried leaves. You both stand together again. You do not hunt, you do not mate. You simply exist side by side, sharing nothing except the same cold current, and the quiet knowledge that you are not alone. For a few days, that is enough. Then you smell fresh blood. A 6-gill shark rises from below, huge and silent. It chooses the easier target, your partner. In one smooth bite they are gone. The shark drops the torn body on the mud and circles back. Considering you, you try to fold your fins and flee. But your muscles will not respond. You are locked in standing position, frozen by exhaustion. The shark glides close, eyeing you from less than a body length away. Too small, too thin. Not worth the energy. It swims off. You remain where you are, next to what is left of the only other tripod fish you have met in years. Eventually your fins relax enough to move. You walk a short distance away, find a new patch of seafloor, and plant your fins again. You face the current. A week later your heart simply stops. No predator, no last fight. Your body just reaches the end of what it can endure. You topple into the mud, the parasites that are still alive crawl off your skin, searching for another host. Tiny scavengers pick at your soft parts. Within days, only your 3 long fin rays remain, lying in the deep like pieces of a broken tripod. You survived tens of thousands of siblings at birth. You mastered the jellyfish trick to fool predators. You changed your entire body to live in a place without light. You learned to hunt without eyes and to stand still for years. You even found another of your kind, twice. And in the end, you did not die in a big battle or dramatic chase. You simply ran out of energy in the darkest place on Earth. Life as a tripod fish is unbelievably hard. And somehow there are deep-sea creatures whose lives are even tougher than this. Please like and subscribe. Your support helps us bring more amazing stories to life. Tell us which animal you want to see next in the comments, and we will make a video about it just for you.